Hello and good evening for all mankind. Season 3, episode 9, Coming Home, is over. And it has been since August of 2022. But we are just getting started here in 2025 as we continue our mission to watch every episode of For All Mankind and talk all about it here on Live Long and Podcast. Now, here's the guy who watched Danielle and Kuznetsov drive 89 kilometers across Mars and thought, this isn't just a rescue, it's a road trip bonding with geopolitical consequences. I'm your host, Dave Mader, and we got a great top-tier panel to break down this whole episode. Coming in first, she's watching Danielle lead with grit, Ed unravel in silence, and Ellen step into the truth with presidential poise. Style meets steel. It's Heather Narduzzi.
That's President Lesbian to you, sir.
My apologies, Madam President. Welcome to the show. Loving the shirt.
Thank you. Friend of Garrick. I've got all my rainbow
Friend of something.
on
I can't read the bottom
reveal.
Friend of Garrick. Right?
Friend of Garrick.
Friend of Garrick. Well, welcome. Welcome, Heather. And of course, we got them coming in here next. Back from communist Cuba and grounded in Ottawa, he reads the Martian terrain like a chessboard, calm, strategic, and always mapping the Phoenix handover before NASA does. It's Adam Woodward.
Hey guys, glad to be back in Canada. Disappointed to see what all transpired over the weekend with Mr. Trump, but you know, this episode actually was well timed, I think, in regard to that.
Welcome back to capitalist Canada.
Happy to be back.
Right, all the trade talks continue. Also coming back in here with us once again, our spiritual compass, Wayne Ellen's revelation, Pam's heartbreak, and the cost of political survival with quiet clarity. It's Kevin Millard.
Oh, that's perfect. The fucking weasel got to go back in the corner and watch Real Leadership.
Yes.
I hated
just when he was about to step up.
No, he wasn't. Look at him. Oh, he was awful. He wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah, maybe not. It's unclear what he never got really. Well, he kind of got the chance, but
he was choking.
He was choking. He was going to run away, perhaps. Coming in here next, he's our technologist who doesn't blink at broken docking boards, North Korean probes, or Martian logistics. If the MSAM's offline, he's already rerouting the fix. It's Jody Simpson.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jody.
How are you?
Feeling better?
I could be better.
But you could be worse.
I could be.
Okay. Well, welcome to the show, Jody.
Nardy.
And here's the man who's got one eye on the World Series and one eye on this podcast. He's tracking the echoes of Apollo through Helios's collapse and NASA's reckoning. And now he's watching Aleda and Bill circle the truth about Margot. One sees betrayal, the other sees loyalty, and he's left wondering which version of history we'll remember. It's Jeff Mader.
Dead to me.
You brought the FBI into this. I thought we were going to be like a couple of crack super sleuths or something.
You never bring someone into your conspiracy.
They always go to the FBI.
They always go
Solid
to the
advice, Jeff.
Yeah,
You keep that in the garage.
You keep that in the garage. This stays in the garage, everyone. Of course, this is the penultimate episode of Season 3. It is the 29th episode overall of For All Mankind, written by Star Trek alumni David Weddle and Bradley Thompson, and directed by Craig Zisk, who also, of course, will direct the finale, which we'll cover next time. Just want to get the reactions to the episode. It was only like a 40-something minute total.
No, it was not. It was 107 minutes.
Well, not like including the credits.
And by the look on your face, you hated every one of them.
It was like 49 minutes for me.
Well, how about we start with you, Adam?
Watch.
Listen, I think you're probably right, because I started with last week's episode because I watched it somewhere else. It was on the same TV. 107 last week. If that was 47 minutes, that was good. Perfect episode.
Like 47, 49, somewhere around
46 minutes.
I wish they were all. Okay, listen, I think this episode was great. We saw, Kevin, you said it, some great bloody leadership from Ellen this time. She stood up. She actually brought tears in my eyes on this show. Like that whole press conference, I think that was fantastic. We'll talk more about it. But, you know, on the heels of coming back and missing the news Thursday night and Friday and most of Saturday, and catching up on Sunday, when you hear about him just denying the facts, and then but when it really impacts what something that's going on in Canada, you go, holy shit, that is not true. That's not what happened. You can't say this is a lie, but he just does, and it's remarkable that people just accept it.
Well, yeah, it's like, what are you going to do? I guess is kind of often the question that I'm left asking in that allegory. Heather, how was this episode for you? Like, I know you've seen it before, but did it hit home for you coming home?
Yes, absolutely. I knew Ellen's revelation was coming, but I couldn't remember if it was in this episode or the next one. So while I found the start of this episode to be a little slow, like putting things in place, getting ready for the finale, they just went full steam ahead in the back half of the episode. I found Aleda's breakdown in the garage where she's crying and she's tearing everything down. I found that really moving. And of course, Ellen's speech, that got me all over again. The first time I watched that, I wide open cried, and I cried tonight too. It was so good. And they've really got everything set up for us for the finale. So this is a great episode for me.
Yeah, me as well. Jeff, any reaction to coming home? There's a lot to break down, a few different plot lines to get into, but whichever one you would like to start on.
Is the episode title wrong? Should this episode be called Coming Out?
Maybe. I think there's a bit of a double entendre, perhaps, and I think it's about it's also about bringing the crew from Mars home, coming home. They're about to come home, but I guess it's also like maybe Ellen is kind of coming back to her roots and coming back to who Pam was kind of alluding to, like the girl you used to be, the woman I met, who was like the young astronaut trainee instead of like this political figure.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, to answer your question, Dave, for me, the thing I liked about the episode the most was actually Aleda, and I know that's going to shock a lot of you, but for me, I really like there's a girl after my own heart that is a conspiracy theorist that distrusts the government and hates anyone that collabs with the government. That's a girl after my own heart.
She works at NASA.
I know, that's the double entendre that I don't understand about her character.
She could have gone to Helios. Like, she was offered a job to go to Helios, and she was like, "No, I'm staying with the Govs."
Well,
because she's loyal to Margot, not the government.
It's people. Yeah. She likes people.
Right.
But here's the problem with that: is you bring in Bill, and he's a straight guy. He's going to do what he's going to do. But it's like I always tell my own staff, my own team over the years, is like, okay. When people preface something, well, don't do anything with this, or don't tell anybody. I'm just telling. Well, then don't tell me. Like, if you don't want me to react,
yes,
don't bother.
Take your own advice and don't tell anyone.
Like, it doesn't make sense to me, and to be so surprised that Bill did what he did is stupid to me. And this is where I'm completely on board with Jeff. Like, she's acting like a child here. I don't know if you said that, Jeff, but in general, she's acting like a child.
Who is?
Aleda.
I didn't this time. Actually, I was kind of praising Aleda, but if we want to get back on the trash Aleda bandwagon, we can do that. Was Aleda wrong to be mad at Bill for calling the cops?
No, absolutely not.
Was she wrong?
She should be mad at herself. She should be mad at herself.
She shouldn't have told him in the first place.
Yeah,
but she was not wrong to be upset with him.
What was her best case scenario?
But what did she want to do? Just approach Margot?
Bill and I figured it out. If you're really sorry and you stop, what?
No,
I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
She Bill is the adult in the room. You go. Yeah, Bill did the right thing, and no matter how Aleda feels about it, it doesn't matter. Bill did the right thing.
I think Aleda just wasn't ready yet.
Doesn't matter.
Margot
is a spy.
Stitches, Kevin.
Okay.
Margot is a spy.
She is. She's
Right.
literally committing espionage.
Well,
But-
there is that, I suppose.
But Elena instinctively has very little respect for the government in which she lives under. You know, she sees how, especially the FBI.
Especially
So
FBI.
so she's not going to go to the FBI to throw her friend under the bus, even though she knows she's figured it's all her fault. That's why she ends up hyperventilating with her dad right after, because for her it's if she wasn't this way, if she wasn't this conspiratorial, she has to get to the bottom of it, the truth. If she didn't, it's all her fault. Is basically, even though she figured out
she
the
could have let
truth.
it go when Margot told her to let it go, and she wouldn't, right? And so,
Right. And the thing is, I think we kind of already said it. She respects people and not authority and the way things should be. And she doesn't. I don't even think she cares that she's a spy. It bothers her but it's not. It's not the number. It's not like it bothers Bill. For Bill, that's the most ultimate betrayal you could ever be. But for Elena, it's she just kind of. I think she kind of wants to know why. She wants
to know, she wants to confront Margot first, I think, directly before she's ready to go to the authorities, or in her mind, whether it's right or wrong is beside the point in her mindset.
But if you don't trust the government, and I don't disagree with that point, but who else is she going to go? Who? Then what? You find out that Margot admits it to Leda. Then what happens?
Well, that was the whole issue. That's why Leda didn't do that. She didn't want. She didn't want to know what the next step was. She just wanted to know the truth, and then she wanted to know why. But I don't think she could. She knew what would happen next. If she goes to Margot and says, "Hey, I know this. It could only have been you." She knows Margot's going to do one of two things. She's going to deny it, which is most likely, or she's going to tell her the truth. But then once she tells her the truth, now Elena knows, and she's basically an accomplice. So Margot's probably would kind of tell her no, but knowing that they both understood.
If Leda were to go to Margot without Bill involved, and Leda goes to Margot, confronts her with all the evidence, and goes, "Why?" And if Margot gave I was doing it to save Sergei, and I was kind of forced into it, and then maybe Elena will go, "Well, in that case, I'm not going to tell anybody, but we need to put it into this." But in how are you if anything, you're only become an accomplice to it. You're only going to compromise yourself, and nothing good's going to come of it, per se, right? So anyway. Let's get through all that. The other thing I want to get to Jody and to Kevin just to get their initial reaction. The other big plot line in this episode too is about Dev and him getting forced out of his own company and potentially replaced here with Karen. And Adam, I couldn't help but think of you throughout this whole plot line. Have you seen some corporate reshufflings and board members?
Many.
Yeah, and so your reaction to that storyline and whether or not the board, if you buy it.
Unfortunately, people sometimes think that they're irreplaceable. Everybody has a shelf life. If you go into your jobs thinking that, I think you'd be a lot less stressed. Nobody's indispensable, even Dev.
Yeah, even one of the most brilliant engineers on the planet who invented fusion.
The problem is he's an engineer. He's not. He has this strange way of dealing. Like Karen, I don't know where she gets her training, but she's figured out the whole corporate dynamic and how things work at the top. And
the outpost.
She went to William and Mary in between seasons. Remember?
Right.
Got her MBA. So
yeah. Anyway, Dev just doesn't understand that he's fine when you're making money, but as soon as that comes down or you don't have innovation coming, forget it. You're done.
And he's not into making money. That's not really his goal in life.
No.
And honestly, if you look up the average shelf life of a CEO in a company, it's not that long. Mm-hmm. People, they rotate pretty quickly. Sometimes
they get fired and rehired, like a Steve Jobs might be one example. But yeah, it's okay.
So I think that Dev, in his own mind, created this illusion that the company can exist without him, and then clearly that was wrong.
How is there more money to be made on the moon than on Mars, though? That was the one part I didn't understand.
Because they already had the refining in place. Everything was there.
Sure, but I mean, that took how long to set up? You know what I mean? They're already on Mars.
The distance to the moon is much closer, right? You can bring that. It's
true, but
travel.
There's got to be way more natural resources on Mars.
Yeah, but the upfront cost to
Right.
get at those resources is much greater than the moon.
Right. It's a long-term investment,
Yeah.
and that is true about capitalism.
Prioritizes
Yeah.
short-term investment.
Short-term.
Mhm.
Speaking of capitalism, who needs it? Guess who made it to Mars before anybody?
Yeah.
North Korea. As a North Korean shows up here at the end of the episode, Jody.
Yeah.
And didn't brag about it. Sorry, go ahead, Jody.
He didn't brag about it. No, he just he's pull up a gun up there to Kuznetsov and Danielle at the very end of the episode. Now we'll get his whole story in the next episode, and I'm not going to try to get into too much of that. But he's here. He's on Mars. Jody, do you buy it?
Do I buy that North Korea would make it to the Mars before anybody else? No.
Why?
It's a different timeline.
I
Doesn't
feel like
matter.
we're going to need Adam's shark picture again with this plot line.
Yeah, like I get why they did it, because they want another superpower on Mars to create conflict with the rest of them, and
Yeah.
I get that, but does it make sense that North Korea would make it? No, not
Does
even.
it make
kind
sense
of.
to call North Korea a superpower?
Yeah.
Especially
Like
in the 90s.
China would have made more sense, right?
China would have definitely made more
China
sense.
would have said something though.
Yeah, North
China-
Korea wouldn't have said anything.
So I guess that's why they.
Nowadays they probably would though, because
Well, they would now. They would say their supreme leader, threw the rocket up in the air and it landed on Mars. Like that's what they would do.
Hole in one.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
like,
happened.
got it on my first try.
Yeah.
It didn't take 2 years, only took 10 seconds because
Yeah.
our supreme leader can throw really fast. But I don't buy it, but I understand why there's a conflict there.
Did you enjoy the episode overall?
Most of it. I'm not on the Ellen circle jerk like the rest of you. I think she's still a piece of shit. And
Oh no,
it
I'm
doesn't
still
matter.
with you on that.
And I get it. And yes, she came clean over something she should have came clean for ages ago if she wanted to. But instead she, misled everybody, and her stupid, fake husband is even more of a piece of shit than she is. And both of them, I'm not circle jerking. So sorry.
No circle jerking from
No,
Jody.
didn't
like that.
He won't do it.
I will do
Jody's
it.
not coming to the circle jerk, y'all. I guess we have to cancel it.
See, that's true.
Kevin,
You want a guy like me at a circle jerk.
just before we jump into the screenshots here, what was
You
like, your
need me
reaction?
on that circle jerk.
What's that?
Oh,
I just
sorry.
wanted to get Kevin's reaction to the episode before we jump into the screenshots.
Yeah, it was good. I think we've talked enough about it.
All
Like,
right.
I liked it.
I wanted you to have your moment, Kevin. I didn't want
I'm not
to.
sure
it
he
was-
could follow up.
It was
with
a good
circle
one,
jerk,
Dave.
but-
Thanks.
All right. Let's get into it. Now, there's a 5-month time lapse jump here that happens from the end of the previous episode to here. Is we
I
were
like
like,
how they did this.
what's going on with that baby? Are the Russians going to eat that baby? Turns out they didn't want to eat the baby. It seems so.
Turns out I needed some reading comprehension lessons.
So yeah, because we see them like digging out the hab from like the
I
landslide
did
that
back, baby,
happened, and
back
we
ribs.
so 5 months of them moving dirt around, and that all kind of gets covered.
I did like this time lapse though. I thought that was really well done.
Yeah. Plus, we get like a voiceover through part of it. I think that kind of is breaking that all down. Them pulling that out. I think it's coming from Danny Stevens sending like a message to Amber about
Yes.
everything that's
Yeah.
been going
Yeah.
on,
It
and that
is.
they're coming
Updating
home.
her.
Is like the log here, as we see that they get the Popeye, their El Sam thing out of the dirt, and we see
Seems
5 months-
short-sighted to have only one of these things able to go down to the planet. Yeah.
especially on like Phoenix, which is massively huge, and you could easily fit another one of these.
I'm
little
surprised they
pods.
didn't like send one down for every person off of the Phoenix. Like, just have a bunch of them.
But that doesn't make any sense with this. Like, if anybody knows NASA or any space planning, they have redundancies for everything. Like, you need 2 hammers, they send 5.
Right.
Yeah, but this was Helios.
This was in NASA technically,
NASA.
so and Dev cuts corners, I guess. As we're catching up
I've
here.
got to make money for the shareholders.
Yeah.
But he doesn't care about that.
No, Karen does, but not him. Anyway, so Danny, I forget this woman's name. She's another Helios astronaut here.
Louisa.
But Louisa. They're having a conversation about, going home, I guess, and getting things operating here. But the other, we see Louisa then going into the Happy Valley habitat here. Oh yeah, they were talking about the toilets, that this habitat was not suited for so many people with this few toilets. But it's kind of like the three crews, the Helios, the NASA astronauts, and the Russian cosmonauts have kind of become an integrated crew in a sense, right? They're kind of all getting along.
These are all military people. Do they not know that you can just bury your shit? Like, it's like they have Mars. Like, just dig a hole. Use the hole that you just dug up that other thing in.
It's
dump it all in.
There's no air. Well, I guess they could have like an outhouse of sorts, but yeah. Anyway,
don't they put it in vacuum sealed packets in the Martian?
That's what Matt Damon was doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what they have, if they vacuum seal their poops or not, but you know, I think the main point is, you know, they're all getting along, but they're all kind of ready to go home. The food's scarce. We see here Ed Baldwin stealing some mac and cheese for Kelly, who is in like the greenhouse, the jungle, as it's labeled here on the door. As Kelly is fully preggers, I guess everyone knows.
This is the fakest pregnancy belly in the history.
Yeah,
of fake belly.
It's really bad when they're doing the ultrasound on her or whatever in the next couple scenes.
It's so bad, y'all.
Yeah, I don't know who did this, but it was bad.
Yeah, and we see that the Russian doctor is coming to find her. She's missing her annual checkups. Even being pregnant on Mars potentially might lead to some very some complications with a baby being born. Even if you're born on Earth, but they want to get her up to Phoenix because at least Phoenix has 1G gravity, and that would be preferable to Mars, which is only 30% of our gravity. But they're giving her all the tests, and seems like Kelly's doing all right with the whole pregnancy thing. She's getting ready to be a mom, and there's concerns.
Like that scene right there is just terrible.
What?
Look at it. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
It's like a couch cushion.
Yeah.
No. Wait till they show her belly, and it's like this rubber.
Yeah.
Silicone thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks pretty fake. Yeah, I'm with you.
Did you notice here though? He's like this Russian guy. He's like stern and he's doing all that, but then as soon as he's like, "Do you want to hear the heartbeat?" He like is this teddy bear.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, do you want to hear the heartbeat?"
Russians like babies
Maybe
too,
he just
Kevin.
likes babies.
He does.
He likes
That's
babies.
what
He's very
like
confusing
babies,
to me too, because
specifically ones that aren't mine.
Yeah, sometimes he's like he's the one who created defector dog. He coined the term. But other time, and then his little chat with Kuznetsov in the last episode was felt ominous. But then in this episode, he feels like a good guy. So I don't know. It's kind of all over the place.
It's 5 months later. People change.
I guess, yeah. I guess they're getting along now. Ed's listening to the heartbeat, for his soon-to-be grandchild. So that's exciting. And that is our teaser for the episode as we head into the credits and come out of that now with Morning USA. And all the shows are so excited about the space baby, the Mars baby. They can't stop talking about it. It's like become like a tabloid scandal across the globe. There people are sending baby booties to NASA so that the baby will have things. Every channel is going on it, all in widescreen.
Well, she ain't up there for free. I think she can afford it.
Well, yeah, I think they all get paid. I don't know.
I like that the French broadcast in the bottom middle says Baldwin, un bébé sur Mars.
A baby of Mars.
Yes.
Yeah. We then
there was another comment that was kind of funny too. They're going, "We're not being updated enough on what's going on with the baby." How often do you need to be updated on a pregnancy? It's pretty.
Still pregnant.
Exactly. Until you're not, you're still pregnant.
Yeah.
Still did something she wasn't supposed to do. In space.
Well, love is love. So then we head over to.
I'm not sure it was love, but anyway.
We head over to the White House where Ellen Wilson is meeting with Dick Durbin. Is that who this is, right? Who I believe at the time was I think he's a real life person. Yeah, I think he's meant to be the Senate Democrat majority leader, if I'm correct. Maybe Republican. Yes. Okay, so he's not from her party.
Dick Gebhardt.
Dick Gephardt. Okay.
Right. I recognize that name. I thought this was her vice president, though, this whole time. Like, they're very interchangeable, generic-looking old white fellas.
They are, but
he's a Democrat.
He's a Democrat, old white man.
Oh, well, that's different.
Yes, of course. And basically, because of this like helium-3 and all this fusion energy and this free energy, apparently it has left all these people out of work and like just living in 10 cities across America. So they need like a jobs program of some kind federally, and that's this law that they want to pass. And they want to cannibalize the NASA budget, which Ellen's not for because, especially being a former astronaut and wanting, things to go beyond Mars and whatever. She's not willing to do that. She says she'll veto any bill. Now, the president's veto, I believe, Jeff, can be overridden, which Dick alludes to here, right? If you have like a certain majority.
Yeah,
two-thirds, I think.
Two-thirds in the Senate.
Yeah, 2/3 in the Senate.
And there's only a certain amount of vetoes a president can do as well.
In a term?
In like a session of Congress, like so every year.
Okay. Anyway, so Dick says, "Give us the room, everyone. Just me and the president." And he says, "I heard you still have that audio recording system that Nixon, not Nixon actually, I think it was Kennedy originally installed. That Nixon made more famous by using it all the time."
I feel like in this timeline, did the Watergate thing happen?
No.
Yeah. So so that's unknown. See, like that's the conversation they're having is that all got discovered during Watergate that was installed under Kennedy and. But in this timeline, apparently that has not been discovered.
Right. And so Senator Dick here, he's saying, well, I your husband, he testified that he didn't have that affair with that staffer, but I wonder if anything was recorded in this Oval Office, and I wonder if I can subpoena that. And then, basically like, I'll come after your husband. I'll come after you even, get you impeached. And she alludes that nobody's been impeached in like over 100 and something years.
Give it time.
It'll be a perennial favorite soon.
I hope season 5 follows the Trump administration during this.
Right. Actually, well, season 5 is only in the 2000s, so we won't get that. Anyway, so she's not. He's kind of blackmailing her. Basically, he's like, "I'm going to get."
This is how Washington works.
Yep.
I get some dirt on you. I hold it over your head. Do what I say, or I'm going to do this thing that you don't like, and that's how it works. That's how politics is. Like this scene is very. It's kind of House of Cards-esque, but like it's very emphatic of like how it works. It's all about
unless
dirt.
you're Donald Trump and go, no, it never happened.
Yeah, well, Trump he's Teflon. He can just like it doesn't. Even if they found out he murdered somebody, everyone would be like, nah, well, whatever. That guy
even
deserved
he
to
did.
get murdered. Who cares?
The Supreme Court said he can do it if he wants. So.
Yeah.
But none of that's happened yet, or in this world exactly. So she's still playing by different rules here. Anyway, so there's that whole thing. So then we come away from that scene, and then we head into this is Aleda showing Bill everything she's figured out about Margot's spying, that she gave the plans for the nuclear engine to the Russians, and Bill's like, "I'm going to need more beers for this." My knowledge of
I just want to say this is the first time I've actually enjoyed Aleda in an episode.
Yeah, this is her best episode by far.
Yeah, it's like she's really put it together. She's quite the sleuth. She's ruled out all these people.
I think she's a bit overdone there, but okay.
Yeah,
she's a little crazy.
The only name not crossed out on the board is Margot Madison. And they're like, "What do you mean?" And
I like how they had like hotel reservations for her and stuff like that. If you go back one, you can see it's like a hotel reservation. Yeah. Margot's
hotel she was in with that conference that she go to every year.
It's her Southwest flight where she flew London, Dallas.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty cool, I thought.
So Bill's like, "Well, if I'm gonna figure this out, I'm gonna need more beers." That's
That's what I like about Bill. He just goes for it with a beer.
That helps you think.
It does.
Sure does.
And if you don't get to the conclusion you need to get to, well, you're drunk, so it doesn't matter.
She's like, and one of the things she says to him here is like, I ruled you out as a suspect, when I figured out you couldn't, you took off from NASA so fast, but it couldn't have been you because you didn't have access to this or that. So, whatever. Anyway, so we'll come back to them. We then head over to Helios. This is the board meeting where Dev gives all his new ideas, all his plans. He's got this brand new ship. The Calypso, a new shuttle. Very different than the Phoenix, doesn't have all that artificial gravity and everything.
Still got that cock vibe, though. Yeah, it still has that big cock vibe, though.
Does look like a big dildo.
Somewhat phallic. And Dev's giving all his plans for what he wants to do on Mars, including the colony. He wants to build a whole colony with habitats and an orbital docking station. And
so he's doing this whole thing, and I'm like, I've been in boardrooms like this, and I'm just thinking, man, read the room. Like they're getting the glare. Like I've seen this. The glare is coming.
I don't want any of this. Yeah.
You don't want any of it. It's just the anxiety was going up in my head at the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then Karen's like looking around, like, "What do you mean? Don't you all love Dev's ideas? Like, how long you worked here?"
She's going like, change the message, Dev. This is where you pivot.
Dev. He's like, he then gives us this whole thing. He's like, I know it will be hard, but like, let's talk about Jamestown. And he talks about Jamestown, the original U.S. colony, Jeff. He's like, what would have happened if they had just run away when everyone died, or when everyone got sick or got attacked?
Well, I don't know. Maybe the indigenous people would have been left in peace to live in their society as they had for thousands of years. Maybe.
Thank you, Heather. That was the
just like the indigenous North Koreans on Mars are going to have to deal with.
That one guy.
Oh.
It was interesting to me that Dev is giving this speech, considering he's not of European descent. Like he's like.
It's a good point, Dave, because when you're talking about colonization, it does bring back a lot of European settler colony projects, like Canada, like America, like there's a lot of them. Yeah. And to do it on Mars it got its own unique challenges because there's no people you need to conquer or kill or.
It's more ethical in that way.
But the problem is, Dave, they live in a capitalist society, and this costs money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no money to be made for many, 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 many years.
Yeah, the upfront costs. Plus, they're already in debt. The company's in debt, and they want to just get back to their core business, helium or whatever. So,
no, their core business, Dave, is making money.
Well, yeah.
Whatever way they can.
Whatever way that is, absolutely. Yeah. It's not how they go about it doesn't matter.
But it does seem
I love how he's got this concept, this really like bougie looking concept art of like the residences in Happy Valley on Mars.
Yeah. Sounds
just
great.
Trying to sell this fantasy to a room full of people who are not having it.
Yeah, they don't see it as at a very happy place.
No, their fantasies are in their wallets, not on Mars.
They see Money Pit Valley. That's what they see.
Yeah. And so the board was saying, like, Dev, we're not going for this. This is not happening. And Dev is like a little shocked. I don't know if they say right here that they're gonna maybe force him out, but it's clear that there's
it's right after this. Yeah,
it's right after this. And then we come back to the White House. We see Ellen's gotten out the tape that in question where she confronted Larry about his fling with the staffer and not keeping it in his pants for one term or whatever it was. And
I'm surprised she's using DAT tapes though. That's a little weird.
Yeah, DAT tapes.
Jody, you're always on with the technology of the day. You're always like, I'm surprised they use that. Why are they using
it's not really a medium that you would normally use for this, so I don't know like why you do this unless there's multiple mics and it's recording.
Maybe
what would be your preferred espionage media?
Right. Well, based on this, it would be something digital, but it's you can record audio at this point. So it's
but it's an old system. Kennedy installed it.
Well, then this probably wouldn't even exist at that time. Then
they would have had real like
Yeah, it would have been a reel-to-reel.
Yeah,
player.
like we saw
They had
like
to have updated it.
in the
at one
remember
point,
the first season when they were playing the Nixon conversations, and we would always see these big reels going and whatever.
So this has been upgraded. So I guess in this timeline there is DATs at this time, and which DATs did exist at that time. So I guess that makes sense. But
now the part of
it's
this,
not the
like
first
they
meeting.
listen to it. Larry says, it sounded worse than I remembered it. And eventually Larry, like comes to this conclusion that he's going to have to confess, Well, I think but maybe before that, Ellen says, what if we just one idea was they could redact it. They could release it as a transcript and just redact everything incriminating. I'm like, that sounds
that is exactly what they do about every conspiracy.
I was like, yeah, that sounds completely plausible. They're like, we could just we're not audio engineers. Maybe the tape got damaged. Who's to say?
When Ellen shoots that down, I go, what the? This is not realistic now.
Larry was the one that shot that down.
Right.
Yeah.
We make
Ellen suggested it, and Larry was like, "No, we can't do that. We'd just be charged with further obstruction."
Yeah.
Yeah. Not true.
Not true.
Literally nothing will happen to you. Fucking take that, pull the guts out of the tape, wad it up, and throw it in the bin. You're good, girl. No problem.
Yeah.
No consequences.
But Larry says, I'm going to go out there. I'll say I lied about the affair. Basically, he was like, I'll take the fall, so you don't have to. And Ellen is like,
after exhaust, and it's not a hero's decision. After exhausting every single other option.
That's what I said. They're both assholes.
Both of them do that, though. It's not like one of them was more heroic.
They just
being the president. It was smart. It was calculated. She knew it would turn it in her favor, and she was ready. She was ready to do it. But it took all this stuff to happen for her to do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the crux of the episode for me.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she came clean. It would have been nice if she could come clean earlier than that, but it's good that she did that. But when it's your last resort, I lose a little bit of.
I think on some level, I think the writers of the show want us to empathize with them on some level.
I'm talking more though between the two of them. She has not been manipulating Larry. Larry has been manipulating her for years.
Yes, absolutely.
For decades.
Well, but she is not dumb. She is. No. She understands.
No, she's going along with a lot of it.
Yeah, she's gone along with a lot of what Larry's doing because she knows the alternative is hard. And it's going to take a lot of scrutiny. And she's the president, and she's worried about being impeached, and she's worried about power. Losing her power and her job and her title
and her place
everything.
In history and whatever else, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, she even says that in this episode. Like, I'm worried about what every president after me is going to have to deal with. So these things matter to her. So she takes all that into account. It's not just like she knows what she's doing, and Larry just kind of he's a little schemer. He's trying to.
He's got schemes.
Yeah, he's got schemes. He's trying to get
his way. He's been scheming to keep her in the closet. I think there have been many times where she's been ready. Mm-hmm. And he is always there to say, no, it's not right. Not the right time
Right. And that's why she was so mad at him about the Pam thing. Because that was another way of him keeping her there, right?
I'm really curious. Like them having the kid. Like, how did that even come about? Like, whose idea was it?
How is that not being talked about?
I forgot about it.
Another reason why they're both bad.
Yeah,
Heather, go ahead.
You can have sex with people you don't really like.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not. It's not.
I don't think he's arguing the logistics.
I'm not asking how they did it or like.
Wait, is it biologically their kid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not what I'm asking. I'm like, was it Larry's idea? Like, if we have a kid, then you can it's selling the
it's how did we get here? Not how they did it.
And what are the
I
ethics
bet it
of
was
that?
Larry's idea.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
This would be good for your image.
Did they do it? Like, was it just for political purposes? Did they
yes.
choose to
yeah,
do it?
definitely.
So anyway,
why else would you fuck Larry?
Assuming she did.
That's a solid point.
Yeah. Could have been.
I think turkey baster is probably like.
Yes, Jeremy probably helped out with that too. I'd say.
Jeremy may have been.
Jeremy,
That
he's
might
a
be
staffer.
the scandal. That was the scandal. They brought him into the back room. They got things done, and put it on
Jeremy's a
ice.
spitter.
Yeah, he's a spit.
Anyway, back to Aleda and Bill pounding beers and looking at this wall of conspiracy notes and everything else going on here. And Bill confirms to Aleda she's not crazy, that it has to have been Margot. Like the evidence he can't refute any of it. And I dispute it. Give me good news, Jody.
Sorry.
It's not Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I have Seattle there?
That would be good news.
That's who they played last.
That would be
time.
great
Let me
news.
take her up.
It's not going well.
It's not going well.
I have this theory that if I don't watch, they do better. But
It's one game.
Wrong.
Nah, it doesn't work that way.
So anyway, but this is where Bill's like, we need to go to the FBI, and Aleda's like, no, can't go to the FBI. That's wrong. You know what they did to my father. And Bill goes, this is like espionage. This is like, she's a spy. What are you talking about? Like, if we don't do something here, we're gonna get in trouble.
Okay,
Now-
okay, again. So she just brings this up. What does she want to do?
She just wanted Bill to validate her.
He does
theory.
not make
She
decisions.
wants the truth. She's trying to get to the truth.
You can't
She
handle
can't
it.
handle the truth.
She
That's
can't.
well, that is true. That we're bringing up Few Good Men for the second time.
That's because it's
I
a
think-
good movie.
It is a good movie. It's got great clips and great lines. Aleda, I think, again, when you're doing conspiracy work, you do not bring other people into your conspiracy because one, you're either going to get judged or you're going to be told to do something about it, and then you're like, oh, I gotta do
Or-
this.
Or you're going to start a cult and overthrow the government.
Or there you're gonna do
that.
Yeah.
You want answers?
Yeah, I want answers. But I don't want to bring anyone in on my answers. I want to just get my answers by myself. I find it funny that they're drinking Lone Star beer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably a nod to
Yeah.
X-Files
They're Lone
or
Star.
the Lone Gunman
okay.
or whatever.
You can't handle the truth.
Well, they're in Texas.
Yes.
Well, Lone Star, as well. Texas, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So that's
I like
the
the
end of
Lone
that.
Star restaurant. They have really good nachos, by the way.
Nachos at Lone Star. Okay, and then we head
Not
over.
sponsored.
We head back. Not a sponsor. We head back
Wait.
to Helios.
Can I ask Heather, what do you make of Karen's outfit in this situation?
Lesbian.
Lesbian. That's what I was going. Plaid.
Yeah.
We've
Yes.
already addressed.
We've
the
established
plaid.
that as a code. Yes.
Hold on.
That is correct.
I have plaid
I'm not
shirts.
sure why Karen is wearing this dismal outfit as opposed to her usual power suit.
Right.
Because she's got to look like a casual man this time.
Did she wear that to the board meeting? I didn't notice.
She's
No.
dressed like a 75-year-old man, and I don't
This
know
is
why.
like the day after the board meeting. I feel.
Is
like.
it?
No,
Yeah,
it's right after. I think it's
Is it right after? I
She
got.
was wearing
Can we
this.
go back to the boardroom photo?
she was wearing this in the board.
Let me just pull it.
No.
I think she was.
No, I she's usually pretty
No,
stylish.
no, she had a different outfit on.
Oh, she had a different. Oh,
She
yeah,
does
she was
have a
wearing like
different
the
outfit, yeah.
sunflower thing.
Yeah.
Vibe thing.
Yeah,
going
it
on,
looked
yeah.
much nicer.
You had a
Enhance.
Her hair looks
Yeah.
much nicer.
See, it's like a sunflower pattern kind of thing.
Yes.
going on.
And you know why
That's
she's wearing
actually
that
worse.
flannel? She's got her hair pulled back because she was just over smoking dope at Wayne's.
That's
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
exactly.
There
Yeah.
you go. That makes more sense.
Yeah,
She
now
had to relax after the board meeting. Just stress a little
She's
bit.
like, that board meeting was atrocious, dude. You got to give me a goo ball and a joint stat.
He's like, oh, sure, Karen. So Karen comes to talk to Dev about the board meeting, but that they're losing cash, that they need some money, and she floats this idea of let's sell our spaceship, the Phoenix, to NASA. And he's like, they'll never go for it. And
This,
she goes,
this again is crazy. They're talking in his little cubicle with all these other people around.
mm-hmm. You at least go into a private room. I
We'll just
think.
call. She has
They
an
don't
office.
have
She
any.
handed one.
They don't have any. He made that very clear.
They have meeting rooms.
I know they do, but
We
don't do that.
in the boardroom. That's like a meeting room.
There's also stairwells and there's places they could go.
Dev gets mad at Karen for talking to NASA without his permission. He's worried about his reputation and how Margot's going to look at him. And
I liked her reaction though. Her reaction was, "Well, I'm COO.
I'm the COO. Like, I need to ask your permission to float an idea."
What do you think I have to do here? Because that's kind of the job.
Did you? How do you feel about that in terms of just corporate hierarchy? Which I know this Helios company doesn't have much, Adam. But was Dev sort of in his rights to be upset with Karen for approaching the idea without talking to him first?
I think that Dev's style is being do what you want, except when you don't want, or I don't like what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So he's exactly. I think he's playing the role. I think he's starting to understand at this point that hey, he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah,
because if he's never had to look at balance sheets or understand,
but his ego will not allow that to be acceptable. Like it's not going to happen. He just ignores.
Yeah, but at this point, I mean, look, the other guy, the chair of the board, I can't remember his name. He said, he's the only one that's ever really said no to him. But I think Karen is also acted that role, and he doesn't like it. Simple as that.
He doesn't have faith, Adam. Have faith.
But Karen's also smart enough to now to know, okay, I know where this is going with Dev. I got to talk to some other people.
Yeah, and she gets approached by that board guy before she does anything specifically. Anyway, so Dev kind of is upset with her and or dismisses her, basically, and that's kind of the end of that conversation. Have faith, Karen. It's all gonna be fine.
And she looks like she gives that look that she gives Ed Baldwin, when she's disappointed in him.
Yeah.
So,
or Danny.
Yeah. Right.
Like right after.
Well, speaking of Danny, let's head back to Mars. Danny's trying to get the Popeye LSAM thing flying up to the spaceship again. We get the navigation card has been completely fried here, Jody.
I don't know if it's fried, but
they're saying
it could use a cleaning anyway.
Use a cleaning.
Resolder points.
Apparently, Helios bought these components from the Russians. They're not even American made.
Well, they must be Russian because it's brown.
That's
Makes
how
perfect
you can
sense.
tell.
Yeah, that's how you can tell.
Right.
All their stuff's brown.
Yeah. So they can't fly Kelly up to the ship. They can't fly anyone up to the ship until they figure this problem out. So then we get this scene here in the greenhouse between Danielle and Ed Baldwin and Defector Dog as they head and they run up here to Kuznetsov, basically trying to figure out, there are other satellites here that were launched by, I think India's mentioned, North Korea is one of them, and one other nation.
There's a bunch of them. Yeah, there's 4 or 5 of them listed.
And he's saying there are other satellites here with those Russian components that maybe we can salvage to repair the Popeye, get people up there again. So we see here that the USSR has launched a whole bunch of satellites over time.
So why don't they have replacement parts for the one craft they have?
I don't know.
They do. They're on the Phoenix.
But they can't get them down.
Right.
That's because they only have one thing.
They only have one. And
well, then why would you leave the parts for the thing that you only have one of on the ship?
I don't know what the answer to that. How about?
It seems like a logistics issue.
How about
terrible
the fact that
corporate governance?
The cosmonauts destroyed their ship before it even got to Mars. Danielle crashed her ship into Mars and destroyed her engines so that the ship could never take off again. So there's some fault to go around here on all crews, and what they had to do to get to Mars. So
all this show has taught me is that if we ever make it to Mars, we're going to be very incompetent about it. We're going to screw it up.
I think that's guaranteed. But like Dev would say, Jody, what were those first settlers in Jamestown getting smallpox or whatever? They had to pull it together. Anyway, so then Bill looks up what's the closest satellite to Happy Valley, something that's close up, and the closest one is the People's Republics of Korea, North Korea, also known as. And it's 80 something kilometers away, which it's not close, but it's not.
Well, with those little golf carts they're driving, it is going to take a while.
It's going to take a while, but you can get there. It's versus other places on the planet, which would just be
What did they say? It was like 9 hours or something to drive?
They said it was the closest one was 1,500 kilometers away, and then when they got the different ones from India and North Korea, the closest was 89.
Yeah, but how long would that journey take in the rover?
Yeah, because they did mention how long it was going to take for them to
It
drive.
was going to take a
off.
month.
Not
A month.
sure.
A month
A
for
month?
Danielle and Kuznetsov in that rover for a
No,
month?
a month. Yeah, for the Russian ones, for the ones that were 1,500.
Oh, that were like on the other side of the
Oh,
planet.
that's right. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
did say how long it would take to get that one back.
But did we mention the fact that they actually, this is the funny part, they actually sold the technology ahead of time?
They sold it or stole it?
I thought Helios or this is where I did lose a little bit of understanding, but somebody sold, not stole, sold the technology so they could raise money.
Helios bought the Russian technology, the technology from Russia.
So
Yeah.
Russia sold it then?
Russia sold
Right?
it.
Yeah, Russia sold it to Helios, and they also sold it to India and North Korea.
Right. Okay. There we go.
They
Again,
sold it to everybody.
Even the communists are selling stuff for, you
Hey,
know.
they got to pay for space too. So, and they sell it through
And
components.
vodka. Their vodka
they-
cost alone.
They figured out that the two best astronauts to go on this / cosmonauts would be Kuznetsov and Danielle. That that they're the two that should go do this because he's familiar with the components, and Danielle is less expendable than some others that need to stay here at Happy Valley, basically for other reasons. So yeah, these two have come a long way from their early days. So they're heading out, and then we head back to Earth in the next scene, which is.
Did you like that hoodie, by the way, Dave?
I like that hoodie. It's okay.
I guess it's not really a hoodie. It's more like a sweater.
I'll take it.
It's a
You're okay
turtleneck.
with that?
I don't want to trigger Kevin, so we just move on here. So
Trigger Kevin.
he gets very upset with these. He's like, "Why are we talking about the shirt so much?" So
But okay. I like that one.
it's okay, but
It's
Kevin,
unpractical.
Kevin might say
Stupid
it's a shirt. Who cares? We need to talk
It
about.
is a shirt. Jesus, there's
Actually,
so
it's
much going on.
letter.
We were trying not to trigger you, Kevin.
Hey, put a new score up.
Oh,
Yeah, Jody's always bringing the bad news. Never the
3-2. 3-2 Toronto.
Yeah, it's
All
3-2
right.
now. Yeah.
Okay.
oh, Canada.
How about the scene here in the outpost where Bill's like, "Hey, let's talk more about this Margot issue." And here's my friend from the FBI. Or does Aleda know she's coming? Maybe before she sits down. Yeah, Aleda is not too thrilled with this. There's even talk about the fact that the FBI specifically choose a woman of like a Latina woman agent to have this conversation, and she says they probably did pick me because they thought you'd be more receptive to talking to me than maybe like some white guy. This is Bill's intervention. Bill trying to he's doing this for Aleda's sake too, right? And Aleda's not receptive here to any of this. By the end of this
I
conversation,
love this scene with Aleda. Do I think it's the right thing to turn in somebody who is doing treason? I mean, maybe. But I loved that Aleda was basically like, I would rather die than cooperate with you. Get fucked. Bill, you're dead to me. Bye, bitch.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it was good. She got her.
Yeah, but you know what, Heather? This is what kind of bugs me about this. She works in a U.S.-funded institution, government or not. It's still loosely funded or separated. Aleda's benefited tremendously from the U.S. government.
But she's also taken some knocks from the U.S. government, namely her father, and living as like sort of this person on the run for a good part of her life, trying to avoid ICE and whatever else, But
The thing is with Aleda, she's under no disillusion of the empire that America is and how they treat people. Like she gets it. She understands who it is, like who she works with.
But she definitely prefers the United States to the Soviet Union.
Yes, but that's not really the point. The point is like she doesn't have like that same indoctrination that like a Bill would about like.
No,
but wait a minute now. Bill was able to jump ship when they give him a better paycheck, and I don't think loyalty there.
Aleda seemed pretty indoctrinated when she was first trying to figure out who it was. She just didn't like the answer.
Right. Yeah. That's fair.
Like my comment here is, like she is loyal to Margot, and then this is where I think her problem is, right? Is like, but she stayed in NASA because of Margot. She's not once a prosecutor. She's crossed the Rubicon, man. She brought it forward, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
She started this ball rolling, and now she wants to stop the ball, but she also wants to know the truth. She wants both.
She's a complicated person, gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think we've said what we can here. Anyway, she tells Bill, "You're dead to me," and then she walks out on him.
It was awesome. I agree.
And Bill just has a beer. He just drinks.
He's sad, Bill.
Bill's like, "You're not the first one to be dead to me."
There.
He did.
But I mean, like in Bill's defense, it's really rock and hard place here for him.
Yeah.
Did he have to go the next day or the day of when they just talking about this in the garage? Did he have to do this right away?
He did not.
No, he did not.
He could have given Aleda maybe a day or some time to chew on it. It's not going anywhere. It's
or he could have not snitched, Bill.
I hope this goes nowhere. Adam Woodward. Yeah, that's true. He said it.
Yep.
Okay. We're back. Then Aleda's scene. She goes back to the garage in her house. She looks at this board or everything else she's created. That she started the ball rolling, as Jeff was saying, and she's not very happy that this ball is going now. And she rips everything down. She rips down this whole board. Eventually fixating on the one with Margot, and tears that down and brings it up and has.
Now,
this...
I wanted to say at the top of the show, Jeff, you said that. She's upset here and she's like, what have I done? This is my fault. I've caused this. The way that I read this scene is that she is gutted because she can't trust Margot anymore because Margot's done this. She can't trust Bill because he snitched to the FBI. The FBI already fucked her over. And then her dad comes in and doesn't even recognize her. So she's got nobody. These are the people that she's close with.
And her husband is now estranged.
That's right.
If you remember.
The point is that I think she sells herself short here because she has gravitas. She's a very bright and brilliant engineer. She's made a good name for herself at NASA. Like this world is collapsing, but she's got a lot to offer.
And don't forget in second season, that boyfriend who called Margot to give her the job so she could get out of the problems she was in. She broke up with him for breaching that trust, right? And that's how Aleda rolls. That's Aleda's code, right? So Bill has betrayed her, dead to her now. Even her husband, not completely on her side, but this or that, So and her issues with Margot was the one person she kind of maybe had this with, to a certain extent. Her father.
Well, Margot is socially inept anyway. She hasn't. First of all, she never changed her hairstyle. Second of all,
that was the greatest sin. But
second of all, though, she's got no personal relationships except for this weird one with Aleda. Again, I guess they're best.
Where
friends.
she was the first one to abandon Aleda. So
yeah.
I mean, there you go. I don't know where
betrayal.
this.
Yes, great point. She should be actually. This is this is from back when you screwed me when I was a kid.
Think about what it took for Aleda to get over that with Margot, and then not just be civil with Margot, but to welcome Margot to Sunday dinner and into her family and
I think the way I read this scene and to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, Heather, is for me what I think is bothering her is it's not just she can't trust Bill, she can't trust Margot, she's alone. That is true, but it's also I think what's bothering her is that she can't stop the way she is, where she is constantly looking at everyone as duplicitous, or there's something not right there. I got to figure it out. There's a problem and it needs fixing. And that's part of her being what makes her a great engineer, but it's also the way she is, the way she looks at people. And that's why she is so quick to you're dead to me. I'm done with you. and I think it bothers her. Like it would bother anyone. Like because that's how you end up alone. Like, and it's tough. Like it's tough to get to that point. But if that's her code, it sucks. Because you kind of end up in that place. And I think that's how I took the scene. Like she can't stop that about herself, but it still sucks.
I just wish we had gotten more of that in her character in the first season, because the young girl she was in the first season was very innocent and very didn't have any of this in her. Right. And I get that her experiences made her this way, but like I wish there had been just a bit more of that intrinsically in her.
Had they showed that a little bit, like how she was in Mexico, and her childhood, and like
the scenes we got in her, like just give her a little bit more attitude in that first season, I guess is what a bit more defiance would have been more fitting to get to this point. But anyway,
but the world hadn't beat her down yet. The world hadn't made her distrustful in that way yet.
I know. I just don't know. Like it's just such a drastic personality change, from how she starts to who she is.
And they changed the actress.
It's partly because the actress changed, and they wrote her differently too, right? Second season on. So anyway, her father has got this whole, he's got dementia, and he's, he first he thinks it's her late mother, but then he realizes it is her. He's trying to comfort her, but it's to Heather's point, making her feel more alone. Okay, moving on. We're going to talk about the next scene, which is back at Mars. We see Danielle and Kuznetsov are loading up big lithium batteries for their trip out to get the components from the Korean satellite. Don't want to run out of juice out there in the middle of nowhere. Then we get we got the report about what happened in the drilling accident. We're going to get the official report, and the whole crew then gathers round. We see Danny's looking pretty nervous. Are they going to know it was me? Are they going to know it was all my fault 5 months later? But Ed reads the report, and it's all blamed on Nick, our good old friend Nick Corrado, who got killed in the last episode. He was killed in the rock slide. Now, as the audience, we know this isn't true. And we see a couple of the Helios crew members say, isn't it typical? They always blame it on the dead guy, because he can't refute any of it. And Ed's not totally satisfied with the report, but it's in particular Danny's Danny gets very upset. He's got the guilt of it all, where it's getting blamed on Nick. And if he keeps his mouth shut, that will be the official narrative. But Danny, it doesn't quite sit well with him. You can tell.
So what is Danny getting a conscience now that he's, sobered up?
Maybe he always had one. I don't know. Maybe not.
Not sure.
Is there a redemption arc for Danny? Do any of you believe this?
No. Absolutely. No. He's got to go.
Yeah. You see here, this one part where after his little outburst, Danielle looks at Ed, and they're like, yeah, he's a problem, eh? Oh, well.
He's still a problem.
Right. Okay, then we head back to Earth. We got the scene here in Karen's office later that day. She's still wearing the same thing she was wearing when she's talking to Dev. Mr. Board Member comes in. Dev's original partner from when they invented fusion all those years ago. The only guy who tells them no. This conversation was interesting, I thought. But basically the gist of it was that they're ready to force Dev out. The board is kind of done with Dev, as we kind of was that was explained earlier. And she's like, well, who could be the CEO of this company if it's not Dev? And he just says, you. But we don't see Karen's full reaction. But she'll be like, I'm not an engineer, but you really need to be an engineer to run an engineering company. Do you have
I am but a humble, aspiring lesbian in my office flannel, sir.
Do you know?
Today.
Today.
Yeah.
10 years ago, I was running a bar and having sex with young kids.
Only one.
Only one.
Well,
that we know.
That we know of. True.
He was an adult.
He was an adult. It was all
legal. He was
legal.
not a young kid.
Yeah, but
my choice of words.
He was a young adult.
Yes.
She literally
Either way, it was still gross. Karen.
It was still gross. Yeah. It still is. And anyway, Anyway, so that's all being set up here. Will Karen be backstab Dev? Would it even be betraying Dev if she were to accept it? Any feelings there about that?
I don't think she's loyal to Dev, like long term.
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, you saw she quit on Dev early in the season, but then I think Dev needs her more than she needs Dev. I think is maybe what she's starting to realize.
I think now she's only loyal to Wayne because he brings her goo balls.
Well, that's correct.
Yeah.
And Kelly, perhaps,
As one should be loyal. To
we'll
somebody
see
who
about
brings you
Kelly.
blue
We'll
balls.
see. Yeah, we'll see about that.
Okay, can we bring that up? Where is the concern for Kelly? And she's pregnant. Like, this is not the Karen that we met in season 1 and 2.
Yeah, like there's not even one line of dialogue about it anywhere here from her. It's all Ed gets all that, and because Ed's physically with her on Mars, but yeah, like it doesn't come up. It's more about her storyline with the business. So yeah. Okay, the scene back in the Oval Office here with Larry and Ellen and their kid, and they're reading something, Paddle to the Stars or something. I think it's the book they're reading. And so Larry takes their kid to the bedroom, the residence, and Ellen tries to say, Larry, you don't have to do this. You don't have to tell the whole truth and take the fall and whatever else. He's like, yeah, I do. I'm going to do it, as I'm a great hero. I'm here to impress Kevin. And no, I think Kevin's correct that he's only doing it now that he has no other option, and he'd rather take
both
the fall.
like that.
He'd rather take the fall than her because she's actually the one who has the power. So
Well, yeah, because he loses everything if she's not in office anymore.
yeah, like it would make more sense there. Anyway, so he says, yeah, I'm going to do this. The plan is on, and in the morning I'll be giving my press conference. So then we see Ellen looking around the Oval Office, trying to figure out what this means to her. She looks at her favorite presidents, Abraham Lincoln, Richard Nixon, and George Washington. What a
All
collection.
famous lesbians.
Yeah.
Yes. All famous lesbians. We know she has like the Eleanor Roosevelt portrait sort of off to the side here too.
You know what I like about this show? We don't always check to see if things are actually accurate.
There is a common theory that Lincoln was gay. So
There was a theory there, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm more interested why she chose the Nixon portrait to be like the big center one of all of them, but it was
He was the gayest.
He was the gayest of all. Could be. And I guess in this timeline, Nixon didn't have like the whole scandal, right? So he wouldn't be. No. Maybe he's viewed much more positively in this timeline. Even so, right?
Did he?
He was like the last Republican president before her, though, wasn't he?
No, Reagan would have
in this timeline.
Reagan.
Oh no, Reagan.
But did he promote her or anything?
No.
I think
he created the Nixon's Women program.
Yes,
right? Like,
yes, maybe that's why.
That's why.
That's why. But he was only a one-term president too, right? He got beat by Ted Kennedy in this timeline.
Yeah.
Like he only.
That's right. Yes. Yeah,
so maybe he's like the Jimmy Carter for Republicans in this timeline. I don't know. Anyway, so then she's looking around, soul searching. She's looking around. She's seeing who's that? Gene Connor. A hell of a catch.
Enhance.
Okay.
Enhance.
Click. Right.
It's enhanced. I don't know if it's helping.
Gene Connor, yeah, or Gene.
Hell of a catch. Talking about probably that time she caught that thing in the end of the first season.
Yes.
But
wait, didn't she?
She caught it, right? Yeah.
She
it
did.
wasn't a football, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's looking at some family photos of her and Larry and the kid. I can't remember the kid's name.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Do we ever learn the kid's name? I don't think we do.
No, they probably don't even have a name for him.
No, he's called.
They're just like, he's here for photo ops.
He's called. And then she's having an existential crisis. Who is she? I think maybe Pam's words from the previous episode still sitting with her. So it's Washington the next day. All these iconic, looks here. They got the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, the great institution that is Washington, D.C., and all of its reference here. It's noble and pure. And the press corps is ready to hear what is this unscheduled remarks going to be? What's coming here? We see Larry drinking water, kind of freaking out, but he's ready to face his destiny maybe, and come out here and tell everyone he's gay and had the affair, and it's he's whatever else he's planned to say here. And the press is just okay, Larry, what is it, Mr. First Gentleman? And Larry can't get the words out. He's stumbling here.
Now, we think if Ellen hadn't stepped in that Larry would have gone through with it? I don't think he would have. I think he would have. I think he's chicken shit. He would have chickened out. I think
100%.
I'm leaning towards he would have, but I don't know.
No, I don't
He's
think
a weasel. Weasel's gonna weasel.
I don't think he would have done it.
He would have had to say something here, but it wouldn't have been as impactful. It just would have been.
No, it would not have been of impact.
He would have spun it. He would have spun it. He would have made it like there's going to be some things coming out.
I was doing research on homosexual relationships.
Yeah, may or may not be true, or you're going to hear some things that are disparaging. I want to get ahead of it, and he would have been something like that.
It would have been more like the Bill Clinton one, sort of.
Right.
Start crying here, and then out of the shadows, here comes Ellen. She's like, "Hold my beer. I'm going to show you how it's done." And she obviously didn't talk to Larry about this before. She's like, "Listen, I'm going to stop." The speech goes on for a bit, but it's a good one where she's like, "I've been lying to you about who I am and what I'm about.
I failed you.
And we see Margot is kind of listening, and she takes notice in her office, it's a good scene here where Ellen, she eventually says, "I'm gay," and everyone starts looking around and go, "What?" And we see Senator Dick.
Like, I now have nothing.
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't wait to listen to those Oval Office tapes, girl."
Yeah.
That's gonna be spicy.
Exactly.
I love this speech. I thought it was so great.
It was a good speech. I don't remember it word by word, but it was moving and impactful. We see Pam watching at home with her tea, and she's
don't go back to her, Pam. You deserve better.
Right.
Yeah, don't you fall for it this time.
Now I know who she is. Hold on, go back.
Margot?
Yeah, look at on her desk. She's got an amber thing. She's actually John Hammond from Jurassic Park.
Oh, well, I was confused about that. Thank you.
It's got to be that.
Jurassic Park would have come out like last year in this time.
Yeah, it was 93.
Considering Spielberg still would have made the movie theoretically.
Go back one shot. Look at these reporters. Like
what?
I like at one point one of them just turns to another one and just goes, "What the hell is she talking about?" Like, before she gets to it.
So some of the things that she said in the speech were really cool. Like I've not only failed to tell the truth, I failed to protect the men and women that fought bravely in our armed forces. I failed to stand up to some of the most venerable citizens who faced acts of prejudice and discrimination. I failed to defend the rights and dignity of Will Tyler. Like the words were really cool.
That's what really got me as well.
Yeah. I failed someone very close to me because I was afraid to stand up and tell the truth. I failed because I feared what people would think of me, and I failed to trust compassion and judgment of you, the American people. I don't know about that. I underestimated you for that. I'm truly sorry. I cannot correct my past. But I can stop lying to you here right now and give you the simple truth. I'm gay, and I've been since the day I was born.
Thank you, Adam.
And then Lady Gaga's "Born This Way" plays.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody goes wild.
And then the whole press corps does a dance number.
Yes.
Flash mob. But you can see like Pam's actually proud of Ellen, here in this moment for doing it. Coming out here, and the reaction from the press is like they're just insanity. They're all asking their questions at once. And Larry's
just like, "What is this brand new information, members of the press corps?" I knew nothing about it.
I did not know she was going to say this.
I think she should be impeached. You're right.
Yes.
But what is he going to do now? Like, I too am gay?
He's going to be like,
No,
as a matter of fact,
this woman deceived me. Poor Larry.
And
Please
now
give
he's
me
gonna
a
run.
salary for life,
And he's going to get the sympathy vote.
He's gonna get the
shamed
custody of the
first
kid.
Gentleman. Yeah.
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 Well, between the two of them, I think probably he's the better one to have the kid anyway.
Why?
Because you don't see any motherly instinct with her at all. There was a scene with
He's
her.
a fucking weasel.
Yeah, so he still seems to take care of the kid pretty good.
He was reading her the kid a book.
Ooh, he can read.
He's not he's not president.
No,
No, I know.
Her job is
she's busy. She's
busier than
So
him.
is he. That's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah.
He's
how
got
they
his
got
fucking
caught.
dick in the Oval
Guys,
Office.
that kid is not only 2 years old. Like, come on. She's been in office for what, 2 years, they said?
Yes.
Yeah, so she's been in office for 2 years. They've had to deal with that kid previous to this.
That's true.
This wasn't
That
just
is fair.
something that showed up one day.
That kid was like 6, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
5.
6 or
I'd
7,
say.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to be 8 or 9 now.
Yeah. Well, and then we see this is real footage, from
Is this when Ellen came out?
Maybe it's when Ellen came out, or when maybe there was a civil rights landmark case. I'm not sure, but we see like
it may have been like something to do with Don't Ask, Don't Tell. But when I saw these two fellows kissing, I was quite sure it was real historical footage and really gave me.
Or was it when the ability to marry came into effect as well?
It looks
Oh
too
no,
old.
that wasn't until
Looks
much
too old
later.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't until Obama.
Yeah. So this is real.
Is that
footage.
Margot?
It's Margot. There she is. She's a spy.
It's her
Yes.
cousin. And then we see there's
Twink Margot.
there's the
This
counter.
Spy
there-
outfit.
there's all these protest or these people marching in support of Ellen, but then there's all these counter protesters on the other side. And
Unfortunately, this is also real footage.
I would just like the Republican Party alone's reaction to Ellen coming out like that. Like,
Why
what
does
that
one
would be.
say Jesus was gay?
Jesus
It's
says
counter
Because
protest.
Jesus says.
Oh, that's a counter protester. That's
Enhance.
enhance.
No, it says Jesus says.
No, it says
Oh,
Jesus
No,
was
Jesus
gay.
was gay.
Was
That's
gay.
right. Yeah, but look at
That
this
guy's-
sweet little.
In this
twink
universe, that's
holding
Kevin
it.
Smith.
He's
That's a counter
counter-protesting.
protester. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jesus was gay.
That's cool that they put that in. Or
Yeah.
maybe.
Some of it. Anyway, so then the reaction here from the media, and she's giving the Presidential Medal of Freedom, right, to Tyler for his coming out here, and we see defect your dog. He's like, if the president's okay with it, so am I. You're a good man, Tyler, and it's good. We see
Brave man.
Why
You are a brave
would
man.
he turn around this quick? I just don't buy this.
he's been living here with him for
I
5
didn't-
months.
I didn't super buy that either.
He's an
It's
old
been
guy.
my
I'm not
experience
totally
that
sure
bigots
he's
are
still
bigots.
okay with it. He just said he admired how strong he was. That's basically what
Some
he
people,
said.
some
You're a
people,
brave
some
man.
people genuinely change.
Yes.
People
But-
can change their
But
opinions.
because the president said so? Or like,
I'm starting to like baseball now. Obviously, anybody can change.
that is fair. You know what?
That's
You're
a fair point,
Yeah.
Jody.
It's very
Same.
similar.
I take it back.
Yeah, but you see, though, the crew is like, isn't this good?
I
like, they're
really
gonna-
hope people can change, guys. Like we got to believe that. So
Yeah.
let's lay
I
on
would
that.
love if that happens. Yes. The problem is, it also works the other way around too.
Yeah.
No.
you
people
can change. You
into
can change
something
the
worse.
worst too. Yeah,
Yeah.
too. That's also true. Yeah. Anyway, so they're going to go
Speaking
get
of changing for the worst,
Kelly. Is
Astronaut Prego was on the floor of the jungle right here.
yes, and Kelly is down. As we've mentioned, having a baby on Mars, maybe not advisable. Even being pregnant on Mars, maybe not advisable. But
I'd be more worried about those '90s iPods that she's listening to. They probably have a lot of EMF.
Yeah, well, just the radiation here on the planet alone, because Mars does not have a magnetic field, so you're being exposed to radiation as well, and you can block that. With
Well, I would assume
water
their
or-
habitat has some sort of blocking mechanism.
the only way that you can really do it is with water. Or
What I don't understand is the layout of this hab, because you see them at one point they're walking through this exact area, and then the next shot they're on the bridge.
The
So it's
command
like-
center. I think it's a few modules that are like connected, but
Well, I
Anyway.
get that, but I'm not sure that would be connected to a bridge module. Like that doesn't make any sense.
I'm not sure.
What do I know?
Anyway, they give the call to Danielle and Kuznetsov, who are on their road trip, 89-kilometer road trip, to get those components from the Korean satellite in their skivvies here. And they say, well, Kelly's down. We want you to come back right away. They're like, we're almost there. Like, you want us to we're still going to go to the site. We're not going to just turn around and head back right away. Like, they're like, okay,
Well,
we'll
and
give you a call.
he's like, yeah, we'll head back as soon as possible, and he just keeps driving.
Yeah, I don't know. So they show up here in the rover. They start the process to start on getting all the components, but all of a sudden I think it's Kuznetsov's like, what the hell is that? And Danielle then sees it, and it is a footprint on a planet where they're supposed to be the only people. What could this mean? Looking down here, and then Kuznetsov sees him first. It is this guy, North Korean.
How
man.
long has this guy been here?
Wow.
Is he by himself?
He's by himself.
You will find out next episode.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
almost turned on the next episode because I was kind of interested on this. I want to know how many of them are already here, because if they've dropped all these, let's say they come down with these, one guy comes down with each one of these. They still have, 6, 7 people there.
And this guy just has a pistol. Like, you don't worry about any, white guns or anything like that.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's not like
It's
a
the
moon gun.
service sidearm. It's fine.
But yeah, he's pointing at them, and you don't want to get shot.
Wouldn't he be excited to see the Russian guy?
He's not,
He's not Russian.
I know, but they're communist.
but they're allies, But
Well, I don't think they have like a
They're
communist like
You know each
Costco
other,
or
you're
anything.
both
Like,
communists.
we're the communist club, aren't we? And like,
Are they
yeah,
not?
like, they don't have like a party or anything. It's just
They would be more
They
allied if
do.
you like.
It's called the
It's
Communist
Communist
Party,
Party.
Jody.
Yes.
Yes, but that doesn't mean every country's in it.
Well,
You
they're
don't know.
loosely.
You're not a communist.
It's like NATO.
yeah,
Maybe I am a communist. I don't know.
that might come up in the next episode. So that is our
What, that I'm a
cliffhanger. They're-
communist? I hope not.
No, that like whether or not the Koreans and the North Koreans and the Russians.
Look
are
at his
friends.
flashlight, though. His flashlight's fantastic. It looks like it actually comes out and you can use it
It's attached to his helmet.
as well.
Star Trek could have used the lesson on that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that is our
Ergonomics
cliffhanger.
alone.
Heading into the finale, everyone, and that is the episode.
I have to admit that ending part was nice. I liked it.
I was excited the first time I watched it, and
I hated it. I think it's stupid. What?
why?
Why would there be a North Korean on fucking Mars? And how? Oh no, this is dumb. I don't know how they're going to explain this.
It is dumb.
It's so dumb. This episode was
If Adam's
great
white
until
balance
that
was working,
moment.
we would have had the shark.
Well,
I am not ready to share the shark on this one. I didn't think it was that bad, Kevin. But yes, I mean, the low part of the episode was probably that.
like
getting
we
the
said
damn
earlier
tired.
in the podcast, I think a Chinese astronaut probably would have made more sense here.
It wouldn't have made any sense. David
Or
wouldn't have made-
no astronaut, because there should be nobody on Mars.
Yeah, it really. The whole premise is stupid.
Well, we saw that all these countries had
But they
landed
could have also
satellites.
landed after
Yeah,
them.
but they know who was going. Like, how do they not know?
They knew, but they did. So okay, I'm kind of giving things away here, but
No, don't
Don't
stop.
give it
Don't.
away.
all
Don't
right,
say
all
anything.
right.
I haven't seen it.
They're all like they're not liking it, so I'm trying to help.
Dave,
Hey, shut your
give it
mouth.
up.
All right.
You know, it does
Shut
make
your
me happy,
communist
though,
mouth.
Dave.
I need some sexy facts.
Let's
You know
go.
what? Sexy fun facts with
Yes.
Dave.
Sexy
Nice.
facts with Adam.
Ooh,
Okay.
look at his shirt.
Oh, I
This
see Adam. Much
How's that, Adam?
better.
I love it.
Yes.
Island
Yeah.
Adam. All
It's
right,
Island Adam.
I should have had these ready last week, but let's go. Okay, so from this comes from the Scientific American magazine from February 7th, 2024. There is a article called "When will we finally have sex in space?" We're talking about the Big Bang, but not the way you might think.
Woo.
But let me just get into this.
Geeky.
I just want to read the opening of this article because it's kind of funny. Shauna Panda writes, I think there's the rumor floating around for NASA for the longest time that if they discuss sex in space, they would go blind or something like that. And this other guy named Lee Billings responds, today we're talking about the Big Bang, but not in the way you might think. We're talking about sex, specifically sex in space. It's a topic that NASA and other space agencies have treated like a taboo for decades. Because let's be real, nobody wants to explain to Congress why taxpayer dollars will be spent on something so titillating.
Is that the
I love
reason?
that word. Titillating.
Wait,
Yes,
so
good
they've
word.
never admitted that anyone has ever had sex in space?
No, they've just never
People have
studied it.
definitely had sex in space. Definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll ask those questions when I'm done here. Okay.
There's only been like 100 people who ever gone to space. Like,
Yeah, and how many of them have been like?
Why does everything come back to sex with you guys?
Put
Okay,
100
so
people in
with
a room.
us.
Come on.
There's sex going on.
Yeah, this is still okay. All right.
Okay, are you guys through?
Yes.
No, I don't
No.
It
know.
was an interesting topic. It was just-
No, but we'll see.
Okay, so let's just get into the facts of this. So they're definitely talking about it now. It's a big step. They've never talked about it before. So let's talk about the history and how we got here. And why we're talking about this, by the way, is I was wondering about Alexei and Kelly and how that all happened and what would happen, right? So basically, we don't study. This is from the Johnson Space Center. A spokesperson had said we don't study sexuality in space. We don't have any studies ongoing with that. It's a specific subject, it's a specific topic, and we'd have nothing to discuss. That was sort of the mentality. However, now it's moved into earth sciences. Given the lack of persistent research on human sexuality in space, scientists have been calling for research in this for decades, especially when they're talking about going to Mars now. We're going to be putting people on the moon. We're going to be putting people in Mars. We're going to be there for weeks or decades or months, whatever it is. There has to be a response. In 1989, Roy Levin wrote the first paper exploring the potential effects of space travel on human sexuality and the human reproductive system, and called for the lack of attention. We have to do some research. Then they got into the philosophical inquiry on human intimacy in space, and for extended space flights. In his doctoral, this guy Noonan discussed the possible sexuological challenges faced by astronauts on long-duration missions and related implications. Expanding on his own work, he proposed that agencies should collaborate with scientific communities to form programs to study space and sex in space. In 2005, Shinzu and his colleagues echoed this belief, arguing that it was crucial to talk about this. So they've got now 6 years of at least talking about it, and actually more than that now, right? 89, we got 16 years of just talking about it. And then in 2006, there was a book called Sex in Space. And this explored questions relating to interstellar intercourse, from sexual mechanics to conception to pregnancy and birth in low gravity situations. And then that would also emphasize the need for study. So again, lots of studying, lots of talking about studying, but no real studying happening just yet.
Well, we have people on the International Space Station. Why don't we just get them to have sex right now, and see for science?
For
Yes.
science.
Well, most recently in 2021, this guy named Dubé and his colleagues highlighted the importance for considering space sexology as a scientific field and research program, noting the significant lack of research. And then he wrote an article called "The Case for Space Sexology," and explores the risks and benefits to studying the basic human needs.
Like, they have no idea if you would even be able to conceive in space and or on another planet or a different planet, like a different gravity.
That's
I
absolutely true.
could.
Well, Jody could make it happen, but I
Well,
don't know.
I've lost one. Oh, here it is, right here.
I have a
They're talking
strong
about-
space seed.
So one of the things they talk about here, human sexual activity and the weightlessness of outer space presents difficulties due to Newton's third law. According to the law, if a couple remains attached, their movements will counter each other. Consequently, their actions will not change the velocity unless they're affected by another unattached item or object. Some difficulty could occur in drifting into other objects. If the couple could combine with velocity relative to the other objects, collisions could occur. Discussion of sex in space has also raised the issue of conception and pregnancy in space, of course.
If you want to
So
increase
bring
interest in space travel, this is a great way to get people back into it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to say.
So they've described risks associated with the physical and chemical properties of space environments, including the ionization, radiation, gravitational changes on fertility, and conception. So they did. I was reading here. They did a bunch of studies with mice actually. So mice have been in space and rats have been in space, and they tried to breed. In some cases, the embryo never took, and versus other cases, Earth, mice are very easy breeding down here, no problem at all. But they think within a low or zero gravity situation, they couldn't actually become pregnant. But long and short, guys, this is very boring because there's nothing to talk about. They haven't
tested it, and I demand answers. So get those astronauts banging. That's negligent.
But you can imagine if like the guy on the International Space Station is like, so ladies, I've been nominated as the
it's all consensual, of course, for science.
So everybody take your clothes off for science.
It's optional.
There's only a Russian up there right now, so sorry.
There's only one guy up there right now?
Yeah. No, I don't know who's up there.
Whoever's up there, just like.
The question remains is like, when they're up there for a very long time, like you guys made the point, you think nobody's done something up there?
No, somebody's jerked off in space. I'm sure.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah, not the same thing. No.
And I'm sure many of them have jerked off on their way to space. Like,
yes.
If you're telling me that would be mind blowing, come on.
If it's not like stuck in the suit, and they can get. Anyway, any more
facts? Just like throwing a topic out and watching you guys go.
No, this is good. Like sex ed with Adam.
Equipment already ready
in space.
This, sure.
Space
16
sex ed.
years of talking about it and no sex. That's way too much foreplay.
Yeah, let's go. All right, you got any more facts for us, Adam?
I do actually. Well, this is just a fun fact. We talked about the average tenure of a CEO in North America. It was actually 7.2 years.
Okay, well, Dev, you might be surpassing that.
He's done. So let's rate. Let's do some ratings.
Well, I just one more. Stuart Skelton, credited as the Speaker of the House and repeatedly referred to as Dick, is almost certainly playing Richard.
That's not even fun.
It's not fun, but it's
that's who's
is it sexy?
It's not even sexy. It's
not
sexy. The actor looks just like that guy.
Okay, so Americans kill me. They have these weird names like Dick, Chip, Skip.
Now,
some Canadians might have that.
No, I can't think of one Canadian. I know an American that has all of those names, but I can't think of one Canadian.
My dad's name is Dick Narduzzi.
Okay, but what about a Chip? Anybody knows a Chip?
Chip is more uncommon, I would say.
I know Chip of
Canada,
Chip and Dale.
Rescue Rangers?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, Chip and Dale's dancers. Now that would get some sex going.
Do you know
Charles converts into Chip somehow.
You know who does weird nickname names is Australia. Very much like the States. They have all sorts of weird nicknames.
They have a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Like Darren is Daz. Like,
oh yeah.
And there's all sorts of different little nicknames in Australia.
Karen is Kaz. I learned that from Wentworth.
On the block, there's a lesbian couple, Heather, and they're named Han and Can.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let's rate the episode, everyone.
Is that based on ability or is that their actual names?
That's what they go by. Their names are Hannah and Candace, but they go by Han and Can.
Han and Can.
Yeah. They're not well liked this season.
Adam, did you like this episode, and would you like to rate it?
Yeah. You know, I came in actually with a much higher rating than I'm going to end up with, thanks to Kevin.
Always Kevin.
Kevin actually brought me back.
I'm not getting blamed for everything anymore.
Kevin brought me back down on this one.
Kevin's bringing stuff down too.
I'm going to give this one a 6.5 because Kevin's right. The ending was.
I'm higher than that. Jesus Christ.
I think
better than 0.
Better than 0, which he gave another episode. Did he this season?
That episode was called "Bring It Down," and he sure did.
He sure did. He took that literally.
I really liked this episode.
I really liked this episode. I thought this episode, the speech from Ellen. I think that this cliffhanger is good. There's a lot of good stuff in this episode. I like it. So I'm going 9. Kevin?
The cliffhanger brings it down for me. This is 7.5.
7.5. Okay. Heather?
This is an 8.5 for me.
All right. Jeff?
I'll give it a 9 for Aleda.
A 9 for
Oh,
Aleda.
my.
Well, how far we've come. Okay.
Now,
you were
see,
talking
people
about how
can
people
do
can't
it.
I want to
makes
say
sense
something
anymore.
here because I want this very clear. Like the reason I brought this episode down because I really did like the Ellen speech. I thought it was very meaningful, and honestly, in today's world, we kind of need that out of that office, and we're getting complete opposite.
Mhm.
But what I don't like about this episode, first of all, Margot is now becoming my Danny Stevens. I cannot take her anymore. Every time I see her, I just want to.
She barely had any lines in this episode.
Yeah, she
I
just
know.
watched the TV screen tonight.
I
What
just wish they would do something with her hair. I really do.
So it's just
Okay,
her
that's
hair
fair.
that's the issue.
That's fair.
Everything
Hair is
about her.
not good.
We're about to
It's-
have another time jump. Trust me, they'll do something. So,
Hopefully, she's in prison or she's in the gulag and has no hair.
yeah.
Good
Okay, and
Lord. Just
poor
pushing the gulag on Margot? Holy
Oh.
shit.
I
Poor
love
Jody.
people, Adam.
He needs to get his rating here. Jody, what's your rating?
Well, I came in at an 8, but I have had to drop it down. Originally, I dropped it down half a point. And then, you know what? I'm kind of with Adam on this one a little bit as well. So I'm gonna meet it in the middle and go 7.
7 from Jody. Okay. So we are averaging 7.9. Not terrible, not amazing. And this on IMDb is currently sitting with an 8 out of 10. So we're kind of close to the money there, at least. So 8 out of 10. So, we're averaging about an 8 out of 10. All right. Well, season 3 will definitely beat season 2. That is pretty much guaranteed now, even with Kevin or Adam's 0 on Bring It Down, notwithstanding.
Yeah, don't blame me. I'm not actually
I
bringing
blame
everybody down.
Actually,
I think Kevin.
Kevin's not the lowest rating for the season or of the show overall. He's pretty good consistently.
Yeah, but we did get a really good quote out of it tonight. Well, who would have been better than North Korea? No one. No
one.
astronaut.
No astronaut. No, this whole idea. You would be able to see any nation approaching. I'm like, yeah, okay. All right. Well, are we up? We're up still. Okay. Oh, it's 4-3. So they got one more run. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
Tani
looking.
just got a single.
Oh, Donnie. Okay, just looking ahead here to the finale for season 3.
Look who's here, our friend, the North Korean.
Stranger in a
Kevin's
Strange
This Martian
Land.
guy.
This Martian native. We'll get to know him. His name's Park.
He's indigenous.
Well,
he's one of the
they're going
first
to murder him
Indigenous
then.
Martian.
He's an indigenous Martian. Where did he
He
come
looks
from? We'll
cold.
find
Give him some blankets.
out. Yeah, so look out. We'll be back in.
Kevin.
Assuming we're not like in a game 7 next Monday or something like that, because I think we would probably push off.
How does this go? Let me check.
Yeah. Also, check out our other channel, Super Mater Brothers Podcasting. We're currently covering Survivor 49. We'll be on Wednesday looking at that. Actually, before that, we're going to be on tomorrow night covering Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 3, Episode 7, The Enemy, looking at that full episode. So check that one out. We're going to be
A Geordie episode.
another Geordie.
It's a good one.
Back-to-back
This is-
Geordie episodes.
Saturday's possible game 7 is that's the latest we'll go. We're going to be fine.
Because they have to be done by like October, right? Is that like the rule? Or no, it would still Saturday's November 1st. So I
Yes.
guess, all right. Okay, well that's it. Oh, and we just did our Star Trek Radio Theater on Friday. It was a lot of fun. Go and listen to the live version. One day there will be an edited version when I get around to it. And it was good times. And we'll be doing Galaxy Quest for this Christmas, so look out for that
Can't
in
wait.
the near future. We're just gonna start putting that together in the near future soon. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everyone. We'll get out here. Go watch the Blue Jays. Go Jays. Go. Maybe we'll win the World Series. We hope so.
Ooh.
And we'll see you next time here.
We got an update.
Oh.
4-4.
All right. All right. Well, until then, we'll see you next time here on Live Long and Podcast. Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Peace.
Beam up some Star Trek content with Live Long and Podcast. A roundtable movie discussion with Hey, did you see this one? And take a peek into the darkness with Heard Noise. Must Investigate with Michael Chan. Watch us duke it out on trivial debates. And let's chat about TV with the Super Mater Brothers. It's all here on the United Federation of Podcasts.